Right, let's get the thoughts of Alan and Niall as well. And will Man City count themselves a little bit fortunate to have got all 3 points in that one?
Well, certainly second half. Leicester stepped on to Man City, caused them all sorts of problems, created 2 or 3 great moments, which we'll see, and obviously a penalty that really should have been scored, but a really sort of controversial decision, but a right decision.
Taking nothing away from Leicester, Niall, why, particularly in that second half, did City struggle somewhat?
Well, the crowd went quiet because the first 10 minutes didn't go well. Leicester came out and really took impetus from scoring the goal and started to press, make life awkward. And you saw mistakes being made from the like of Silva, De Bruyne, all these players that generally are tidy, and nervousness started to fill the air. And Leicester pushed and pushed and pushed and tried to get something out of that. Looked as if they had, and most curious, unusual situation where the 2 taps probably prevents them from getting a point.
Well, let's get some Man City reaction now. Raheem Sterling and the birthday boy Yaya Toure both speaking with Patrick Davidson.
Guys, well played, Yaya. A birthday win for you, but how hard did Leicester make it?
Yeah, difficult, you know. And the first time was quite good. We were controlling the game, you know, and after the first goal, we did well. After again, we get a penalty, and yeah, after when they scored, we was quite difficult, you know what I mean, and we create a lot of chance, but we not be able to convert it. But I think at the end of the day, we're delighted with the win today.
Raheem, you were right in the midst of that first goal. Just give us your view of what happened.
David's shot. As an attacker, you're always trying to be in and about. I realised if I touched, I was probably offside, so I tried to intentionally swing a foot at it. Then I realised if I did touch it, then it would have been offside, so I left it.
So you went for it and then deliberately left it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looked like you had a little look at the assistant. Were you worried it might get ruled out?
No, I wasn't worried because I know I didn't touch it, but I wasn't too close to it, so that's definitely David's goal and definitely deserved to stand.
Let's ask you about the Leicester penalty, Yaya. It seemed like a lot of Man City players spotted immediately that Mahrez had touched it twice. Were you one of them?
Yeah, of course, because I was right behind him, and I think you can see that. I think he slipped a little bit as well, you know, because sometimes in the football you're unlucky sometimes, but I think it's full delighted for us, you know, because I think it was 2-2 would be harsh, you know, and I think player in front of our fans, you know, try to do our best and win the game is very, very important.
Raheem, how big a win was it?
Yeah, it's a massive win, especially we've got the luck today that we needed throughout the season as well. There's been times throughout the season where I thought we deserved a bit more, and it wasn't the luck sometimes, but today we got that luck and we got the 3 points, and that's the most important thing today.
Yaya, you won't thank me for reminding you, but 34 today, contract expiring in the summer. It feels like a fair time to ask you. Are you thinking it's getting towards the end in that shirt, or are you hoping there'll be at least one more year of it?
Yeah, I think my future is Tuesday again. We have another game. And let's see what will gonna happen, you know. That's as I think in the sport, you know, you don't know what is gonna happen in the future. And I think I'm fully delighted to always appreciate in playing, you know, because I think the age is just a number, but I feel really younger than Raheem now. Yeah. He's always told me younger, but I think it's good to play with those lights, you know. I always enjoy it, and I'm always gonna continue to enjoy football again.
But you were saying before the interview you don't enjoy your birthdays.
I know, I hate it. I don't like it, but I think it's part of the game sometime, you know. Today the fans was quite fantastic, you know, and yeah, very happy, and I think I will continue to make them enjoy.
Well, I haven't got a birthday cake for you, but I have got the Premier League Man of the Match award. Raheem?
Happy birthday.
Don't tell me that, bro.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy 38th birthday.
He's getting a lot of happy birthdays, isn't he? Most touches, most passes of any player, and a Man of the Match award to go on his 34th birthday. Let's get straight to it now. That opening goal. We've heard Raheem Sterling's version of events. Now, the officials we spoke to said that he started beyond the last defender, but he didn't have an impact on his opponent. What's your take?
And that's the key. I think if he's not there, I think Kasper Schmeichel moves another yard or two to his left. Referee can't really see any of that from the angle. Either can the linesman. I think Kasper Schmeichel does not see that. It's not a clean strike. I think he starts and goes further over to the left. You can see he's kind of in the line of the shot. He can't really see it, and it doesn't go in with blistering pace. It's a miss it. This is a better angle. He makes his way across and stops after 3 yards. That's an unnatural place for him to stop, because he's stopping there because he's got to try and keep a view of it. Probably more so because his own defender is there, but it means that Raheem has done some part of it. And I'm kind of with Kasper Schmeichel. I think he comes 2 yards nearer if Raheem isn't there. Therefore, he impacts. I am sure of it, that Raheem Sterling has impacted ever so slightly, but as the rule says, he has impacted on what happened.
Alan, are we singing from the same hymn sheet on this? Are you in agreement with Niall?
I am, and I think in his interview he's telling a little bit of a false truth there, Sterling, because he definitely swings at the ball, doesn't he, to try and finish it off. I think it's really harsh on Leicester. The two massive decisions today have gone against them. The one, the first goal, where I think he is offside, personally, and I think he's right now about Michael's positioning. And the second penalty is just really bad luck. He slips and gets the two touches, which we come on to.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that, I'm sure. Well, before we do, let's hear from Kasper Schmeichel with Patrick.
Kasper, do you feel not just disappointed but hard done by after that?
Yep, definitely.
Okay, tell us why.
Well, first goal's offside. Anybody who's played football, especially in goal, will know it's offside. First of all, he's blocking my view when the ball comes across him. He goes for the ball, he's blocking Christian Fuchs to even make an attempt for the ball, so it's offside. And it's one of these debates we, as players, would love to get involved in, but we're not allowed to. So, you know, that's what makes it very frustrating that, you know, they aren't willing to listen.
Just tell us, because a lot of us obviously haven't played the game, what can you see and how different is it for you if he's not stood there swinging his foot at the ball?
Well, if he's in the 6-yard box as a goalkeeper and the ball's going by him, it's going past my line of sight, that means he's interfering. It doesn't even matter if he has to go for it. He's interfering because I can't see the ball at one point. Christian Fuchs can't get to the ball because he's stood in the way of him. He prevents him from swinging the ball, his foot at the ball. He swings his foot at the ball, so he's made an attempt. So he's 3 times he's offside, and yeah, it's one of these very frustrating decisions because we've done well up to then, and we kind of lost our composure for 5 or 6 minutes, and they get the second one, and it's a very uphill task. But we did really well. I think we dug in, we got the goal, and we've, you know, the incident with Riyad is obviously a freak incident. You know, we saw I think it was Griezmann in the semi-final, and it stood. So, you know, you talk about consistency. It's very difficult to take.
You said they wouldn't listen. What did you say to the officials? Because you spent a lot of time walking with the ref at half-time.
Yeah, just in general, you know, no one asks the players' opinions. You know, they come in and they tell us the rules, and this is this, and they won't listen to the fact that, you know, it's very different for a goalkeeper. If someone's in your eye line or it comes past someone, or even though he doesn't make an attempt, you still have to legislate for the fact he's there. You know, you can't see if he's offside sometimes. So, you know, it's a very, very frustrating thing to talk about because we can't really get involved in the debate too much.
Just in terms of the spirit you've showed today, would you see that as a continuation of your good form, even though you've not got the result?
Yeah, it's a strange feeling today because, you know, I think we can be proud of our attitude. Like I said, we lost our composure a little bit after the first goal, you know, feeling hard done by, and then we conceded the second goal. But after that, you know, and before that as well, we fought, we defended we were very disciplined, we gave everything. You know, we like I said, freak incident on the penalty. We should have had something out of the game at least.
Did you know straight away with the Mahrez penalty that something wasn't right, or did you celebrate it?
No, there was something weren't right with the spin on the ball. But like I say, it wasn't given in the Champions League, so you just never know with the consistency.
Thank you for coming out.
Yes, thank you.
Measured, but really well spoken there. And he's spot on, isn't he, Alan?
I think he is, because he's given you an exact description of what it was like in his position and what he suffers every day in training when people are offside in his view. So if a player's in his 6-yard box in front of him, he's in play, trust me. And the referee, his angle is poor anyway to make that call. If they determine that he's not offside, then okay, it stands. But he is in an offside position. He's in the line of the goalkeeper, and that interview was spot on for me. There's not really much to add, in my opinion. I think that's a perfect professional summing up by the goalkeeper.
Plenty more to come. We're going to take a quick break. A lot more to get through, but the headline is City have got the win.
Leicester, as you were, City, as Ian Darke said, into third at present, having played 36, Arsenal 35, Spurs 35. Liverpool 36. Still to come. Sunderland, Swansea. That's our second of 3 live games here this afternoon. Bournemouth are playing Burnley, that's live on 12. Middlesbrough are playing Southampton, that's live on 8. The only one really of any consequence, Swansea's at Sunderland. They'll be looking to try to win that. For later, it's Arsenal-Stoke. Arsenal, of course, having beaten Southampton midweek, still got their eyes on a Champions League place. That one kicks off at 19:30 Mecca. Right, well, Ian did say in his commentary, I think 1,000,001 talking points. Not quite, but plenty. The first one, of course, being the first goal. You see, this is my argument on video refs. I've been in discussion second half, Peter, with another former Premier League ref, Dermot Gallagher, whose interpretation of this is, for me, incorrect. He's saying that Sterling is not in the line of sight and he doesn't touch it, therefore it's got to be allowed. My belief is the interpretation this year changed. The minute Sterling moves towards the ball, he makes himself active, so therefore it should be disallowed.
Well, I know Dermot as well as you, and he's wrong. That's...
So video ref, if Dermot had been the video ref today, he'd get this wrong.
Yeah, in the letter of the rules or laws, whatever I want to say, like you say, going for the ball in that situation is offside. Look, he tries to kick it. It's got to be offside.
I mean, it's very clear for everyone to see that and if you don't know the rules of the game, makes it difficult. And for an ex-Premier League referee...
I don't want to be pedantic, but we should talk about laws of the game, which they are,
yeah,
and then the interpretation of the law is such...
Bill's eye line. I think he is as well.
Well,
do you know what I mean? There's that many things
it doesn't
going on
matter,
there.
but,
yeah, I know, but
he's off because he moves towards the
offside.
ball.
He's offside.
Leicester were not happy about that. You could see Michael's reaction at the end of the game, still, I think, disappointed about that, and the debate will go on until somebody finally tells us we're right.
We're right.
We are right.
I mean,
no, I mean, absolutely. Nailed on, I think is the phrase, isn't it?
Yeah, nailed on. Too quick, too clever, shift the ball extremely well in that, suck the defender in and drawn him. Stonewall penalty, as we say. No complaints there.
No. No, the interesting discussion point half-time was that Jesus took it, not Big Yaya.
Was he at the back of the net?
He scored.
Confidence. Very confident young man.
Leicester had got one back prior to the break. The best goal of the first half, in fact, Okazaki's finish was terrific, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
The penalty that Leicester got was out. The infringement was outside the box, wasn't it?
When you might have,
Middlesbrough Bolton. It settled the game.
I think I might have done it in my time too.
You've done it as well.
Yeah, I think I might have done it. And I think it's, if you go back now and you look at penalties, there's quite a few players that have actually done that.
We'll give the officials credit on that occasion. We have to. It was a great spot. Was this intentional?